Hi, I'm Jay from Real Street Performance. I'm here with LaSala. Today he's going to assemble this Coyote engine. What does this Coyote engine consist of, Brett?
So it's a fast-forward racing engine short block with a pair of Voodoo cylinder heads that they did a ferrea valve job on. This is a high-effort Coyote. It's going into a twin-turbo all-wheel drive F-150. This uses a Predator block that's sleeved, and then paired with this head. This is one of the best combinations for a Coyote, in my opinion, that you can use with factory castings.
And this truck's going to have 76 millimeters on it?
Twin 76s.
So we're talking a lot of horsepower, probably some pretty interesting steering feedback being all-wheel drive, but really good set of parts, and Brett's going to screw it together for you today.
So this short block is our Stage 3 Predator short block. So it's the same as the Stage 3 that we use the Gen 3 casting on, but this one utilizes the Predator casting. The Predator block is very similar to the Gen 3 block. The difference is the support and the deck surface in the cylinder area. So the Predator block, the same as the Gen 3 block, utilizes a spray-in cylinder liner. So it doesn't have a steel sleeve. They also have a 3.7 bore from the factory. Fast forward, machines to block out to install their sleeves, aftermarket sleeves, and then utilizes the stock Coyote bore, which is a 3.630. This keeps the sleeve thicker and the engine stronger, and then more service life available to the engine if you do need to oversize it if you have a failure or a refresh.
One thing that's really neat about these Coyote engines is tons of airflow. So spending a long time working on the 2JZ engine, it just doesn't have very good airflow. It makes up for it in strength in the fact that the turbochargers cram in air through it. But this engine natively has good OEM airflow. So we have two Coyote cylinder heads on the bench, and this one is the cylinder head that would come factory on a GT350. And when you look at it, this is an OEM engineered high flow cylinder head, CNC ported. There's a ton of tricks in each port to make and optimize airflow across the flow range. So it's not just about peak flow or low flow, it's all the improvement they could have. What other differences come with this cylinder head?
Well, like you said, the evolvement from the Coyote platform being interchangeable from Gen 1 to the Voodoo, the heads have gotten a little better each year. So this is a Gen 2 head. The Gen 1 head was even less flow, less port volume, and a smaller valve than this head. Okay. And then when we get into the Gen 3 and then to the Voodoo cylinder head, the port volume is larger. The valve is actually longer because it has more lift stock and better for more lift.
So for those of you that don't know why you would put a longer valve in a cylinder head, the longer the valve is, the more lift you can run before you crash the retainer into the valve seal or the retainer into the guide. So as you add valve lift, you typically will add valve length because it gives you just more distance from closed to open.
Yep. And to achieve that, being all interchangeable, all they did was make a smaller base circle on the camshaft, so the height of the head is the same. So you just run the specific camshaft for this with a Coyote firing order, and then the follower. The follower is also smaller and lighter on this cylinder head. And like you said, the longer valve for stability of the valve. This was a higher RPM engine from the factory, so they were accounting for that in the factory design.
That's cool. And also this has increased oil drain back. So as you're pumping all that oil through the engine, it goes up to the top of the engine, and the crankcase pressure is going up to the top of the engine, and the oil can get trapped in the top of the engine. And one of the things that the early 4-valve Ford would face death with is it would pump all the oil up into the cylinder heads. There'd be no oil in the oil pan, the engine would burn up. And when you look at the difference between the oil drain back holes in this Voodoo head versus the Gen 2 head, it's a sizable increase of oil flow draining back to the pan so the pump can do its job and push it back through the engine.
Yep. They've also incorporated a restrictor into the main galley in this front plug to this head.
Okay.
Because this had a higher volume oil pump from the factory also.
Right on.
So they're trying to control the oil in the head.
Yeah, it's a very neat to be able to reach for OEM developed high performance parts, because in the JDM market, you know, we saw, say, the early B18 Type R engine, like that had some neat OEM tricks. But for the most part, the mainstream never really got access to OEM tricks. I mean, there's a niche RB26 market with the cars that were raced, factory supported cars down there in Australia, but we just didn't get a lot of that stuff here in the States. So we're looking at OEM supported performance parts. They're readily available. It's another big thing that makes the Coyote a very desirable swap engine. Instead of looking for a 20-year-old core, This stuff, you can just order it, ship it, it's there, it's ready for you, and if you break it, you can buy more of it. It's not like you have to go searching for some stuff that was discontinued a couple decades ago.
So now the engine's fully assembled. We installed custom comp cams, upgraded secondary tensioners and chains, and this engine won't be using VCT, so we use lockout plates, and then I degreed the camshafts to a specification we use on our turbo engines. If you're in the market for an engine or a long block like this, please reach out to Michael Thomas, the shop manager at Real Street Performance, and we can get you set up.